If you like movies with unpredictable twists and turns, you are in the right place, because in this video, we are going to share with you the 10 most surprising turn of events in animated movies. So stay with us till the end of the video to find out if your favorite anime made it to the list or not, and let's get started. Number 10, Monsters, Inc. In a movie, these creepy creatures frighten kids and get power for their city. That sounds pretty crazy by itself, doesn't it? But when you think you know everything, they pull a surprise that no one saw coming. Look at Roz as an example. Someone who's always yelling at Mike for not being on top of things because she's grumpy and loves paperwork. You might think she's just a grumpy old lady who has nothing better to do, right? Well, not right. It turns out that Roz is in charge of the Child Detection Agency. Yes, the boss. Who would have thought? She's been acting like she is just another office worker, but she's really in charge of finding those people who break the rules. While Roz is in charge of everything, Mike's over here worrying about getting in trouble for turning in paperwork late. It's pretty funny when you think about it. "I'm watching you, Mike," is something she says all the time. She was not really saying that. Her eyes have been on everyone the whole time. Pretty sneaky, right? You know you were tricked, but you can't help but laugh because Roz is funny. Number 9, Zootopia. Hunters and animals hang out together like nothing's wrong. Things are going well until all of a sudden the predators start going missing. Nick Wilde, a smart con artist, and Judy Hopps, a new police officer with big hopes, work together to solve the case. You might think that the bad guy's a big scary animal, right? Well, not at all. The really evil person is the cute and smart assistant mayor, a sheep of all things. She's been lying to everyone, acting innocent while really being the one causing all the trouble. Not a single person saw that coming, and to be honest, it's pretty smart. When Nick and Judy find out the truth, it shows that you can't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a sheep by its fluff. Number 8, Brother Bear. Some people don't understand why it's important to be nice to animals. That's where the main character of this story, Kenai, starts. What's the twist? Well, when Kenai does something really bad, like killing a bear, he gets turned into a bear himself. But as luck would have it, he starts hanging out with this cute little bear cub. As they become friends, Kenai changes the way he thinks about the world. You know the story. Someone has to learn to see past stereotypes. But then the plot twist hits you like a ton of bricks. The bear Kenai killed? Yes. It was the mother bear. That was a weird moment, right? Everything falls apart right in front of you. You are just beginning to enjoy their growing bond. You want all of this to be false. The shock, the disbelief, and worry are real, and you feel them along with the characters as the story takes a crazy turn. Number 7, Coco. People say you shouldn't meet your heroes, and Miguel learns that the hard way. Even though his family doesn't allow music, Miguel can't help but listen to it. That's why he ends up in the land of the dead one day by chance. He meets Ernesto, his music hero, on the way back home. At first, Miguel thinks it's a dream come true to hang out with a man who made him love music. And then, there's a story twist. Miguel was wrong about Ernesto being a hero. This person poisoned Miguel's great-grandfather and stole his music and then used it to become famous. So the person Miguel looked up to, it's all a fraud. On top of that, Ernesto is the reason why Miguel's family has never liked music. What a shocking discovery. After that big surprise, Miguel's feelings about Ernesto are likely to change pretty quickly. Number 6, Frozen. They are so in touch with each other that they even finish each other's sandwiches. Doesn't it make things more fun to add some romance? It looks like everything's going to plan as the characters race to find Queen Elsa and save their country. However, Hans, the cute guy we thought would be Anna's perfect match, turns out to be the real bad guy. It's like finding out that the nice guy at the coffee shop really is a bad guy. Although it was a big surprise that Elsa's grandfather was the bad guy in Frozen 2, this is still the best known plot twist. Anna's so kind and giving, and it breaks my heart to see her be lied to by the man who seemed like her true love. Everything's so dramatic, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, which makes the love story even more memorable. Number 5, Wreck-It Ralph. It's usually easy to tell who the bad guy is in Disney flicks, but this one's different. It's about a bad guy in a video game who wants to change. When he goes to Sugar Rush, a game run by King Candy, we all cheer for him. But there's a twist. King Candy is really Turbo, a bad guy from a game that was shut down because he was so bad. Speedy shouldn't be in charge of Sugar Rush. It's crazy to see how far Turbo will go to keep his power and how many people will get caught up in his crazy plans. From a bad guy's point of view, the movie shows that even bad guys can change their minds, or at least try to. The ride is fun and full of shocks and people getting mixed up. Number 4, Tangled. Who wouldn't want hair that is long and magical and can do great things? Rapunzel did a lot. Her magical locks were so powerful that Gothel locked her up for 18 years. That's right, Gothel was not the nicest guardian. When the charming and shady thief Flynn Rider comes into the picture, though, everything changes. In a dramatic turn of events, Flynn gets into a tough spot and, even though he's badly hurt, chooses to cut Rapunzel's beautiful hair off. Everyone was shocked by this move. Her hair was more than just a part of her. It was her way out of slavery. Also, if it had not been cut, it could have saved Flynn's life. In real life, Rapunzel's hair was a big part of who she was, even in the old fairy tale. It was a big deal to see it go away. But there is more to the story than meets the eye. It teaches us that how something looks is not the most important thing. The most important things are who you are on the inside and how you deal with things that life throws at you. Number 3, Toy Story 3. It's hard to finish a series, especially when there are several stories to wrap up. Here is one last ride with Andy before he goes to college and has to decide what to do with his favorite childhood toys. Everyone thought that his trusty cowboy friend Woody would go with him. In a shocking turn of events, Woody decides to stay with his toy friends instead. We have felt like we have grown up with Andy and his toys through these 3 movies. We have had many fun times, laughed and cried together. So it really breaks my heart to see Andy say goodbye to his favorite toys. Fans were shocked when Woody chose to stay behind instead of going with Andy. They felt a range of feelings. Just like Andy, these figures have grown and changed over the years. It feels like the end of an era. The farewell is a lot of heart, which makes it memorable in a moving end to a well-liked series. Number 2, The Little Mermaid. Leaving her underwater kingdom behind to chase her dream of being human is not easy for Ariel. She's ready to make big sacrifices, including giving up her voice for a while. Talking without her voice is a real challenge, but Ariel and Prince Eric start to fall for each other anyway. Things get tricky when Vanessa shows up and catches Eric's attention with a stunning voice. But here's the twist. That beautiful voice belongs to Ariel, not Vanessa. And guess what? Vanessa's not even a real person. She is Ursula in disguise. As the story unfolds, Ariel and Eric face a whirlwind of obstacles. With Vanessa messing things up, it's anyone's guess how our favorite couple will find their way back to each other. The plot thickens with surprising twists and turns that keep us guessing. Will Ariel and Eric overcome the chaos and find their happy ending? It's a roller coaster of emotions and surprises, and it's impossible not to get wrapped up in their adventure. And number 1, Pinocchio. It sounds really sweet that a doll wants to grow up and become a real boy. Then Pleasure Island shows up and looks like the best place for kids to play. No rules, just for fun? That sounds great, right? Well, there is a bad side to this so-called paradise. When children are brought to the island and then left alone, they behave badly. That sounds like a lot of fun though, doesn't it? Well, not so fast. It turns out there is a terrible secret. Those naughty kids have been turned into donkeys. Yes, you heard that right. The nightmare doesn't end there. These donkeys are being used as slaves. Now, up until now, every donkey we have seen was a boy who was tricked and changed. There's a pretty scary lesson in a story that seems so simple at first. It's not always what it seems, because what looks like a place with lots of fun is a dark trick. What starts out as a simple trip turns into a very important message. So, did you find your favorite animation in this video? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.